Hey mums, you know, you love your daughter more than anything, but that doesn't mean parenting her feels easy. Some days it feels like you're completely on your own, holding everything together while she pulls away, pushes back, or disappears into her own world. Maybe you're exhausted from doing all the emotional heavy lifting. Maybe you're craving real connection, not just with her, but with someone who actually gets what you're going through. This episode is for you. And we're going to talk about why parenting in isolation is more than just frustrating. It's physically and emotionally exhausting. The real reason you feel drained, and hint, your body is carrying way more than you think. And how to break out of the cycle of feeling alone without forcing that connection with your teenage daughter. So if you're fed up with feeling like this, like it's all on you, let's talk about why it feels this way, what it's doing to your body and mind, and what you can do about it. Because at the end of the day, the only thing you can change is how you react in the moment. You can't change anything on the outside. So welcome. Welcome to The Teen Whisperer, the podcast for mums who are trying to figure out how to connect with their teenage daughters and trying to figure out, this whole teenager thing without losing the plot. I'm Rach Friedley, a parenting coach and mentor, and I help mums just like you build stronger, more connected relationships with your daughters and yourself by understanding what's going on beneath all those behaviours. Slam doors, the eye rolls and the screaming in your face. And today, we're talking about something I know so many of you feel, but always don't say out loud. Feeling completely on your own in this whole parenting thing. Because it's exhausting, right? And not just in a busy mum way. It's draining on a whole different level. So let's get into it. So why does it feel like this? So first things first, if you're feeling fed up with carrying everything on your own, you're not being dramatic. As society, culture, education, and any other health expert, professional, whatever out there tells you are. This isn't just mentally exhausting, it's physiologically exhausting too. Try saying that after a couple of wines. Anyway, when you're constantly holding the emotional weight of your relationship with your daughter, your nervous system is in constant activation mode. And that takes a serious toll on your body. Not that we're ever told. So number one, your brain is in overdrive. When you feel isolated, your brain registers that isolation as a threat. Humans are wired for connection, and even more so women, as our female brain is 100% wired for that connection. That feeling of warmth, that feeling of getting it, that feeling of, I know. So when you feel like you're alone in this, your brain goes straight into protection mode. That means more stress hormones, some more cortisol running around your bloodstream, more overthinking, and more exhaustion. Number two, your body is carrying that stress. So ever notice when you feel tense all the time? When you're stressed? That's because when you're emotionally carrying everything, your body physically carries it too. Tight shoulders, headaches, fatigue, shoulders up to your ears as if you're wearing them like earrings. It's all connected. And then number three, your heart is taking the hit too. So when you feel disconnected, your body actually feels it. Loneliness increases inflammation, messes with your sleep, messes with your hunger cycle, and even makes you more sensitive to stress. No wonder it feels like you're running on empty. Now on this note, that little comment there, running on empty, when your phone runs out of battery, what do? Do you carry on using it? No, you put it on charge. But do we ever recharge ourselves? No. So how does this affect your relationship with your daughter? When you're running on stress, exhaustion and emotional depletion, it changes how you show up for your daughter. You're more likely to react instead of respond because you've got nothing left in that tank. So if it was your car out on the road and there's no petrol in it, is it going to run? No, it's not. It's going to splutter, it's going to backfire, and it's going to just sound horrendous, but it is not going to move. Exactly the same for us. You start second guessing yourself because when you feel alone, self-doubt kicks in hard. And all those thoughts ruminate round your brain 24/7, Am I a bad parent? What the frick is going on with my parenting? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my daughter? Am I any good at this? I feel like such a failure. I'm an idiot. I feel thick. I'm stupid. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. And they play round and round and round 24/7. And then you're craving that connection. But because she's pulling away, it makes it even harder. This is why it's so important to shift things, not just for your own well-being, but for your daughter, with your relationship with your daughter too. So what can you do right now? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because I've got just the answer for you. So how do you stop feeling like you're carrying everything alone? You're not about to magically get more hours in the day, though we can always wish. You're not magically going to get a little pixie who's going to help you do all the stuff, the shiz around the house. And your daughter isn't suddenly going to pour her heart out to you at the dinner table tonight. But what you can do is start shifting the way you support yourself. And as I said earlier, you can't change anything on the outside. All you can do is change how you react to a situation. So number one, recognise what's happening in your body. So instead of just thinking, I'm so done with this, take a second to notice what's happening inside you. Are your shoulders tense? Is your jaw clenched? Are you holding your breath without realising? Are you exhausted? Have you got those neck aches? This isn't about forcing yourself to relax. It's about acknowledging what your body is holding. Number two, get out of that fix-it mode. So when you feel isolated, your brain tries to solve the problem. But when your daughter is pulling away, there is no quick fix. So you end up overthinking, overdoing and exhausting yourself even more. Because remember, you are running on depletion. So doing more is going to equal more depletion and more nervous exhaustion. So instead of fixing, focus on feeling. Give yourself permission to step back, to breathe and acknowledge how hard this is without trying to push through it. Journal your thoughts down on paper for 3 to 5 minutes of how you feel in this moment. And literally, that's all you need to focus on. Not looking to the future, not looking to the past, how you feel right now. The more you do this, the more aware you are of when these patterns, these cycles of patterns start repeating themselves. And then you can stop them in the moment before they escalate. And number 3, connect with somebody who gets it. Remember, you cannot do this alone, despite what society, culture, education, blah, keep telling us we can do. Asking for help is a strength, not a frigging weakness. You don't have to do this alone, and you shouldn't have to. As women, we are connected beings. We thrive when we are around other mums who get it, who are going through the same shiz as we are. And this is exactly why I created WTF. And no, it's not just about those what the frig moments, although we'll still have plenty of those. The WTF community, because you shouldn't have to do this alone. When you're a mum of a teenager, you have a hell of a lot of what the frig moments. What the frig is going on with her mood today? What the frig just happened in that conversation? And what the frig am I supposed to be doing here? But WTF isn't just about those moments. In this case, it actually stands for what's the feeling? Because behind every behaviour, behind every eye roll, behind every moment she pulls away, there's a feeling and a need. And the same goes for you. WTF is a space where you don't have to carry everything alone, where you can talk about all the hard stuff without judgment, where you can actually understand what's actually happening in your daughter's body and brain and yours, so you stop feeling like you're fighting a battle you can't win. You don't have to figure this out alone, and you shouldn't have to. If you're ready to stop feeling like it's all on you, come join us, because connection changes everything, and this is life-changing. The link is in the show notes. So the final takeaway before I leave you, You're not meant to do this alone, despite, as I say, what culture, education, other people, well-meaning adults, well-meaning professionals keep telling you. And remember, you are not failing. You are not imagining how friggin' hard this is. And you're not meant to carry it all by yourself. So next time you feel like you're done, stop and check in with yourself. What's your body holding? What's your brain running through? So what's your brain telling you again and again and again? And what's the actual feeling beneath it all? At that time, journal it down. As I say, 3 to 5 minutes, that's all you need. And then remind yourself, you don't have to figure this out alone. So if this episode resonated with you, check out the WTF Community. It's a space where you get to exhale and finally understand and feel understood yourself. So let's do this together. Let's be proactive, not reactive. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.